Hi.
Hey,
so nice to meet you. Congrats on the show. I was laughing out loud.
Good.
I was so excited because as soon as I heard it's a Mindy Kaling project, I'm like, oh, I'm so in. But then I saw it was about basketball, and I was, oh my god, I know nothing about basketball.
Yeah.
But I do know about siblings being an only only girl between brothers, a middle child. So it immediately caught my attention.
Our Isla Gordon.
Yeah,
it is.
Basically,
Yeah.
well, not with the money or anything, but yeah, I'm getting there, hopefully. So I've heard that once you get the casting right, more than half the project is done, and I believe this casting is unbelievable. I mean, the chemistry you guys have. So how much of it was improvised? Because, I mean, being siblings, there's so much room for improvising.
I think the writers did an incredible job of kind of laying it out there, and so maybe the improv comes with kind of just in between takes and just playing off each other. But the scripts were pretty awesome when we got them, which really gave a very clear path going forward, which, then you can just play within those lines. So I think they did a great job.
Yeah, the writing's really good. And I think, having siblings in real life, like you were saying, I think you can just immediately drop in to, that dynamic. It was very easy to sort of, play off of each other pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the chemistry again. It's amazing. And then, but Jay, your character is very grounded to earth.
Not a lot of improv in my scenes.
Not a lot of improv, maybe, but I kept thinking about the character's backstory, and I kept saying to myself, he has to be an only child. He has to be so normal. So did you make up this backstory for your character, or was he inspired on someone real?
It's actually funny. I am an only child, so maybe that was just. But
you did have an imaginary friend.
I did have an imaginary
That's something.
friend. That's true. And that's true. What's interesting is I found myself, especially when I was in scenes with the three of them, with Kate and with these guys, I found myself just so in character, just so interested in the train wreck that was this sibling thing. Because I don't have it, I find myself so drawn to watching siblings and their conversations and arguments and everything. And so I think, as this guy who's outside of this family, who also works for all three of these people, I think there was equal amounts of respect, because they are my employer, but also what is wrong with you? We are trying to win games. What are we doing?
You would mumble after every take.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm an only child.
But you're also the coach, so
Yeah.
you have to be used to the chaos with the players.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that you played a little bit off that.
Yeah, I think there's also this thing of there has to be, you can never, the minute you show your players any version of vulnerability, it's over. Or unsteadiness, it's over. And so I think that I thought about that a lot going into this character too. Even in the hard times, he still has to be kind of the stable, constant one throughout, which obviously is part of what his relationship with Isla is, as she's going through this brand new experience.
Been with Jay now for 7 months, and I have yet to see any vulnerability.
You can't show it.
No.
I've been crying. Guys, I've been crying since 91.
I know.
We will pounce.
I could tell when I hugged you this morning. I was like,
It was real tight.
Oh, this man needs a cry. Tight. Yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe you're not so normal. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. And then I have to say, I mean, Insecure is one of my favorite shows ever. So you work with these amazing women, Issa, now Mindy, but you've also worked with Tom Cruise and on these macho men sets.
Yeah.
So is there a difference on working with these female-led sets and then going to these macho men films?
I mean, I think there's a difference. I do think there's a difference. I think, I look at a story like Top Gun, and that's being told from that perspective and that creative team's perspective. And, same thing with Running Point. This is being told from the perspective of a woman who is a boss, right? In Mindy. And, she is taking us through her kind of lens and POV and her comedy and how she likes to tell story. And so I do think there are some differences. But I think they're still both very collaborative and a lot of fun. And, you get to work with, I've gotten to work with so many amazing people across all of these projects. And Running Point to me is it's like one of the ones I'll always never want to do again. See how I took you there?
Wow.
I almost got vulnerable.
You're like, he's gonna cry.
Yeah,
I almost.
we too are macho men.
Yes.
So
We provide that on this set.
This is the real face of macho men.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. The show is amazing. Can't wait for the second season because you left me on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
There it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.